Gary, I guess just how was practice on Sunday with trying to bounce back from everything against Houston?
I thought it was really good. I think we did some up-tempo drills coming on off the sideline, and I think the offense had a good attitude, a good energy, and we executed the plays that were scripted. And it was good just to get back on the field and complete some balls.
Being a big film guy, what did you learn from rewatching the Houston game?
It's pretty much, no disrespect to Houston or anything like that, or a good team, but it was all on us, and we got in our own way. And a big part of how I played and decisions I made, but you can't look back on it, just got to move forward.
Is decision-making something that you can fix this quickly? I mean, it's been 48 hours now, but is it something that can improve going into Temple?
Yeah, and I'm really excited about the Temple game and getting back out there and turn this thing around.
You and Chase it seems like you've been battling since you were a senior in high school almost.
Yeah.
How do you approach it this time?
I've been going with the ones yesterday, so I'm going into this game preparing like I'm the starter and just getting ready for the game.
Okay, I'm sorry, what was your reaction when Coach told you he was opening it up or splitting the reps or however you want to look at it? What was your reaction? Because you're a proud guy, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, he never told me that, so I'm just going and preparing, getting ready for the game as like I said, like I'm the starter and just getting ready to play.
I guess just going into Temple this week with practices will be tougher to prepare with only getting half as many reps with the ones, or how do you look at that?
Like I said yesterday, I got all the reps with the ones, so I don't know what's going on there. But like I said, I'm gonna just prepare as hard as I can. And like I said, if Chase gets the nod, I'll be there to help him as much as I can.
Okay, how frustrating right now are the turnovers? Because it seems like other than that, you're playing well, but I mean that's a huge other than that.
It's real frustrating, and especially because they're not coming off of things that the defense is doing. It's all on us offense, and we're getting in our way too much. And obviously we've shown when we execute we can move the ball and we can be successful. So it's frustrating because it's pretty much all on us.
Is it tough for you at all to not dwell on a game like that, homecoming, everything that went bad Saturday? Is it tough to move on from that for you?
Yeah, but I've been through some ups and downs in my career, so I'm moving on, and I know that you can't dwell on it, and you can't let it affect the next game.
What do you think you need to do better to be successful against Temple? I mean, decision-making accuracy is what coaches talked about, but for you, what do you need to do better?
Just the same things. I think as far as leading this offense, I feel like the guys have confidence in me to get the job done, and I just got to go out there and do it.
Gary, Coach showed you, we've talked about how it meant a lot to you in last year when he showed you a lot of loyalty by sticking with you in that 6 interceptions. When he pulled you, yesterday or Saturday, did that wound your pride? Was that the opposite of how good you felt when he showed you that loyalty?
Honestly, I would have did the same thing if I was him. It was the best thing for the team at the time, and he sat me down, we talked to it. He's been upfront with me about the whole situation, and like I said, I just got prepared like I'm gonna start this week and get ready to play.
What have you and Coach Spence done in meeting rooms and talked about over the last 48 hours?
Just pretty much watched every snap and just pretty much starting from scratch with the fundamentals and looking at everything from my feet to my throw mechanics and things like that, and just seeing, like I said, it's frustrating because it's the things we do every day in practice and not carrying over into the game day.
Can turnovers be slumped, Gary? Like, I know slump's more of like a baseball term, but can you just end up in a situation where over a couple games turnovers become a slump that you have to get out of?
I don't know. I think it's as a quarterback, when you throw an interception, it's easy to let that kind of affect you and affect the way you play the rest of the game. But I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think on Saturday I tried to press and put the ball in some place I shouldn't have been.
The reason I ask is because if you look at them, you had 4 in 5 games, so you weren't turning the ball, and then you had 7 in 2 games. So it almost seems like they come in bunches and they don't come in bunches.
It's nothing that I don't think it affects the way I go on about the next drive or anything like that. It just happened, and they're not fun, they're not good, and I need to stop.
Dude, I guess last one for me, but with your role as a team captain, what are the conversations like right now in trying to make sure Houston doesn't happen again against Temple?
Just putting all your energy into this game, and nothing else matters. Hanging out, whatever. Obviously school's important. We gotta handle that, but all your time and energy should be put into getting this win this week.
Chase, is kind of a familiar spot for you at this point?
Yeah, I would say so. I've obviously been in this position before, and it's just it's exciting, and I'm just gonna take it the same way that I have in past times.
Does this time feel any different being a senior and having gone through a couple battles before?
A little bit in the sense, that this is my last year, and I'm wanting to make the most of it, and that's what I'm planning on doing. But it's just a matter of going out and practicing and proving to the coaches that I want the position.
How did things go on Sunday? Did you feel getting have to work with the ones and everything?
I felt good. Got a few reps in there, and it felt good to do that. And I'm excited for the rest of the week, preparing and getting ready for Temple.
What's it like having a competition battle? This is the first time since last August you've been in that position.
It's good. To have it, said and kind of known, I guess it's nice. But again, I just got to go out there and do what I have to do to prove to the coaches that I want to play. So.
Is there anything different? Is there a sense of urgency now? Last year, a few games left. Is it like you amp it up even a little bit more?
Yeah, and again, I would say so. Knowing that my as far as eligibility is almost up, and I want to make the most of it, obviously. So there's definitely a heightened sense of that, knowing that I got to make the most of what I have left. So.
What's different, if anything, from a few weeks ago when Gary was hurt and there was a question of what he was going to play and you were getting the snaps?
Honestly, I don't think there's much difference. Again, and I know I say it every time, but it's just doing the same thing, preparing every week, knowing that you got to be ready if something were to happen. And that's how I'm going to take this week. I'm going to still prepare the same way I have, and doing the same amount of film study and just getting everything down, knowing the game plan. That's what I plan on doing this week.
Chase, you came in, played a lot early, competitive guy. How tough was it to watch from the sidelines all that time and just wait your turn?
It's tough. And any guy would tell you if they're in a similar situation, you want to be playing, you want to be out there, and it's tough to be on the sideline when there's another guy getting the playing time. But again, it's a team game, and if that's my role at the time, I'm going to do anything in my power to help the team. So,
one of the things coaches talked about with Gary is decision making, and he felt to bring him out of the game as he did, to give him a chance to see it from the sidelines. You being on the sidelines as he starts, what do you see about the decision making? Is there anything you can pick out
about his in particular?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. We have our reads that we study throughout the week, and it's just a matter of seeing those clearly and being able to put the ball where it needs to go. But that's really what it comes down to, is just seeing what the defense is doing and knowing where to go with it.
But he's coming out of the game. Coaches bring him out to see what was done and just to see it from the sideline. Are there things that you see on the sideline that are not quite going right?
Obviously we didn't execute the way we should have, but seeing it from the sideline, you get a chance to kind of to see it in real time and see it kind of slowed down though, and to really examine every part of the defense, because you're not having to catch a snap or things like that. So you're getting to see it in a different sense. So.
Chase, getting back to when you were sitting, did it make you hungrier too, having to sit for so long, and now that the chance is there, it's like, I'm ready for that?
Right. I would say so. Again, going back to the question earlier, you want to be playing if you're not, and it basically just goes back to that. Now that you have the opportunity, it's a big deal, and I'm trying to take advantage of it.
Chase, after the game, you talked about how it was kind of tough because you were going against a prevent defense to kind of gauge how you did. But how much can you learn from the film from the last half at Houston?
I can learn a lot, just because I felt like I did a fairly good job of being able to go through my progressions and get it to the guy that was open, and I feel like that was something I did well, and I just got to be able to keep doing that and throughout practice and everything, and that's what I plan on doing this week.
Coach wants a quarterback this week, he said, that makes good decisions and is accurate. So I guess, how are you feeling in those two aspects of your game right now?
I feel good, and I feel better than I have. I know I've been putting a lot of time into that and knowing where I need to go with the ball depending on what the defense does, and obviously this week is going to be good for us, because we're going to have to do the same thing, and every week it's something new. It's a different game plan, different defenses, and little things that we have to learn here and there, and I'm just excited to get into it.